How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today, we have the return of one of my favorite archetypes in all of the Gundam card game, Zaft. This is an archetype that I've been playing since basically set 1, and I've been updating my deck and altering it as time goes on. Now with Rau Le Creuset, we have a lot of options, really easy ways to pump our Zaft power up to 5, and just some great stuff. So Zaft is better than it's ever been, and I'm really stoked to talk about it. Is this deck like a top tier meta deck or anything like that? No. It is definitely still a rogue deck, but it is really fun and probably a lot better than you think. Unless, of course, you play a lot of Zaft like me, and then you probably know how good it is. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Maybe even hype the video if you can, helps push the content out there. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our top down and talk about our set 3 Zaft deck. Let's do it. All right, so here is our Zaft deck. As always, I like to kind of go over the sleeves and the resource deck before we get going. So we have one of the sleeves from our official Red Zone Rogue merch store. This is one of our custom, I call this a sleeve. This is an EX base. We have our EX base here. We also have this Relina EX resource. Well, when we get some Zaft or seed related stuff, we'll put it in here. I do have some other seed related ones, but they're in a different deck. And then we have our resources. We have kind of a scatter shot here. So we have all 3 of the pluses. We have 2 Athrun Zalas. This is what I would like the whole thing to be, but I need to get some more copies of Athrun Zala. And then we have some like Banager and Hero and Zex. So we have like a smattering for the resource deck here. But what we will do is we'll put Athrun Zala here on the top. Once again, I need to get some more. I need to get some new Athrun Zala resources to kind of just round that out. All right. And of course the sleeves, by the way, they're Red Zone Rogue sleeves over on redzonerogue.com. Like I said, over on the merch store. We will be restocking these very soon, in the next like 2 weeks, I think. So, without further ado, let's get started talking with the deck. We have some tokens. We'll talk about those when the time comes. I guess I'll just set them right here. And typically, how I like to do this is I like to separate the deck into what I call a pilot pile. So if you're a regular here, you'll know about the pilot piles. Because I feel that you build decks more so around pilots than your units. And so the pilots of choice for this deck are Rau Le Creuset. I think he's extremely good. That +2 for Zaft is just really powerful. Before this, we only ever had +1 for Zaft. So getting that +2 actually makes it so some of our units can get to +5 or get to that 5 attack like immediately. Also, he says, when he's linked, we can choose a Zaft base from our trash and add it to our hand. So we basically get a draw card with this, and for that reason, we're actually running a decent number of bases in the deck, more than I usually run. I usually only run about 4. I think we're running 6 for this particular deck, but we get a lot of value out of those bases. So we're running 4 of Mr. Rau Le Creuset, and then we're also running Athrun Zala, another crucial part of the deck. Athrun is a 1/2, and then when you link, for the turn, you may choose an active enemy unit that's level 5 or lower as the attack target. So it's a great way to just attack into anything, and that's perfect with Athrun Zala because some of our stuff has breach, and we can get some great value. And he's a 1/2 pilot. Of course, we're running the full playset of Mr. Athrun Zala. Of course, these are both Zaft pilots, which is very relevant for the deck. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of our Mr. Creuset cards first. So we have 2 units here that link specifically with Rau Le Creuset, and then we actually have a ton of units that link with Athrun. Athrun has like just so much, and then we have a bunch that are just like generic Zaft links, which we'll also talk about as well. So let's talk about Rau's signature Gundam first. We have the Providence Gundam. This card is very cool. So this is a level 7 5 cost 5/5 during pair with any Zaft pilot. So we can get this effect off of pairing with Athrun as well. During our turn, all of our Zaft units get +2 AP. So this is great. Pumps our board, helps us smash bases, helps us trade into units, also helps us get to that 5 attack for the other Zaft stuff. It also includes itself, which is really important, because on attack, choose an enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it for each 4 AP this unit has. So if this unit has 8 AP, we can hit something for 2. If it has 12 AP, we can hit something for 3. It's not that hard to get to 12 AP with this, because if we have Mr. Le Creuset on here, it will have the 5 plus 2 plus an additional 2. So just this together, we have 9, right? So we don't need that much more to get up to 12, just 3 more. And we have some pretty easy ways to do that, especially with Rau's effect. We have a base that will give us +3. So just on like turn 7, we have 7 resources available. We do 5 to play the Providence Gundam. We can do 1 to play the base, we'll talk about later, give +3, and then we can put Rau on here, and that'll get us up to 12, so we can actually hit something for 3. So it's a lot. It's pretty good. It's not a double attacker, so we can't get like a nice double attacker on our opponents. We do have a double attacker on the deck, but this is just a nice board pump and efficient removal. So extremely powerful. And it's semi-flexible because we get this effect trigger no matter what, right? Even if it has no pilot on it, we can still get the effect trigger. So yeah, 4 of the Providence Gundam. Put that above Mr. Creuset here. And then we also have his Gue's Commander type. So this one, you can link this with Rau Le Creuset, but it also just has a really good effect in general. So level 4/3 costs 4/3, links with Rau Le Creuset. Activate main, support 1. Support just gives another unit AP equal to the number, so we can give something +1. But also, during our turn, when this unit is rested by an effect, like its own support effect, choose one of our Zaft units and it gets +2 AP. So this is like the ultimate supporter for Zaft. We can give something 1 AP and then another thing 2 AP, or we can give something 3 AP. But once again, it's just really, really nice for getting up the numbers and pumping it up so we can get to that 5 AP breakpoint, which we'll talk about. But also to help trade for things, smash into bases, great stuff. So we're running a full 4 in the deck. It's really good, really efficient, and actually can link with Rau Le Creuset if we need it to. Now let's talk about Athrun Zala. So we have a lot of stuff, with Athrun Zala. So here is the Justice Gundam. Yes, Justice for Zaft returns with the Justice Gundam. This is a card that I was a big fan of set 1, and I'm a Justice believer. I think this card's really good. So this is a level 7, 5 cost 5/5. By the way, here's the regular version of it. Regular version, also baller, but I like to use I like to show the LR. So it's a 5 cost 5/5. It triple ship alliance. So it's one of the few cards that's not Zaft in the deck. And it links with Athrun Zala, which is really important. On deploy, we get a 2/2 with blocker. So we get this right here, the Fatum 00. So it's a 2/2 with blocker. It's a triple ship alliance. So specifically, we'll not get the pump from the Providence Gundam pumping up all of our Zaft stuff, but still pretty good. And then also it says, during pair on attack, choose one of our triple ship alliance unit tokens. So we'll be choosing the one that we just played. And it can attack the turn it's deployed. So basically, this is our double attacker, right? So we play this, we get a 5/5, and we get a 2/2, and then we slap Athrun Zala on this, and then we can smash in for 6, and then smash in for 2. So this is a great way to just pressure opponents' base and shields, and just get a nice little double kill. Well, double damage. So yeah, that is the Justice Gundam, one of our key finishers of the deck, and like I said, one that I have believed in since set 1. We also have the Aegis Gundam, or the Aegis Gundam, depending on how you'd like to pronounce that. This is the starter deck LR from starter deck 4. This is pretty good. This is a level 4/3 cost 4/3, links with Athrun Zala, and on attack, if this has 5 or more AP, you choose an enemy unit that is 5 or higher and deal 3 damage to it. So this is pretty nice. It can help take out some of the higher level targets, and it's pretty easy to get to level 5, or to a 5 attack here. Any one of our bases will do it. Obviously, any of our links would do it. And we have other ways to get there too, like with the Gues and the Providence Gundam. So this is a pretty solid card that can actually just do a lot of damage just by itself, even without a link, because this is just on attack. So we are running a full 4 of the Aegis Gundam. I like it quite a bit. And then finally, we have the Aegis Gundam MA mode, or Mobile Armor mode. This is a level 4/3 cost 3/4 with Breach 3. And it links with Athrun Zala. Breach 3 is really, really good because that is the number to destroy your opponent's EX base. And so, yeah, this is a nice one. I'm actually only running 2 copies of this. This is a card that I've taken down. I used to run 4, but we'll see some other options we have. And we also have a bunch of other Breach in the deck. So I figured, we can take this one down a little bit. and run some other stuff instead. But either way, it's still really, really good, and I wouldn't fault you if you wanted to run 4 copies of this. And so those are our pilot-specific links. We have 8 for Rau Le Creuset, and then we have 10 for Athrun Zala, and then we have a good chunk that are either, which is really good. That means we have a ton of link potential with this deck. All of our pilots are super relevant. So let's start talking about the rest of them by talking about the Dual Gundam. This is a level 3 2 cost 3/3, and if this has 5 or more AP, it gets Breach 3. It also links with any Zaft trait. Now, once again, this is one of those cards that cares about having 5 or more AP, and we can get there through a combination of either just Rau Le Creuset, or the Gue's Commander type, or the Providence Gundam. Our whole Rau package really, really helps get up to that 5 AP. And once again, Breach 3 is really, really good because it is that breakpoint to destroy our opponent's EX base. And also this links with any Zaft pilot, so it's just a really, really solid card. Good stats, a 3/3 for 2. On level 3 is just good stats, and then we also have a lot of upside. So I really like this card. Obviously, it works really well with Athrun Zala, but you definitely want to have the ability to give it an additional point of power so you can actually get the Breach if you link it with Athrun. Anyway, so running 4 of these. Then we're also running the Legao. This is a level 3 2 cost 2/3, links with any Zaft trait, and it says on attack, if this has 5 or more AP, and it's attacking enemy unit, choose an enemy unit and deal 2 damage to it. It doesn't have to be the same unit. So you can attack one thing and then blast another thing for 2. Once again, this is another one that we want to get to the 5 AP, and we have some decent ways of doing it. So we can do it through a combination of Rau Le Creuset plus one of our bases. We can do it with the Gue's Commander type, or Providence Gundam plus like any other buff. Once the ultimate deck comes out and we add purple to the deck, we can actually do this single-handedly with Shin Asuka because he gives +3. So just Shin on a Legao is actually pretty good. We're going to do a whole deck separately for that. I'm going to be playtesting the red-purple Zaft deck, but for this one, it's still pretty, it's not too hard to get to, but you just need a combination of cards if you're not just doing the Gue's by itself. So we are running a full 4 of this one. This is one that you could take down a little bit just because it's a little bit harder to get that 5 off on there. But it's pretty solid. And then we also have the CGU, or I like to call it the GQ. We have the GQ. It's really simple. It's just a level 2 2 cost 2/3. Why are we running this one over the level 2 1 cost 2/2 Zaft? Well, because this is a 2/3. And this one eats our opponent's grunts. It eats their 2/2s. And there's a lot of those running around these days. And we typically don't want to double play early. We're not a super aggressive deck. We're more mid-rangey. So being able just to drop one of these on turn 2 and then just kind of like have efficient trades with our opponent stuff is pretty good. Or in most cases, you'll eat one of their 2/2s and then they'll have to ping this. They'll have to waste a ping on it. Or use a ping on it, which is still pretty good, because if they're pinging this, that means they're not pinging our other stuff. So yeah, I like this as a solid option over any of the 2/2s. So yeah, we're running 4 of the GQs, or the CGU. And then finally, we have the Blitz Gundam. Now this is one of the ones that I didn't include in my previous Zaft deck that I have since included, and I think it's pretty solid. It is a level 4 3 cost 3/3, not great stats. Links with Nicole Murphy. We're not running her either, so but it has a great effect. The effect is worth it. So it's on a deploy. We choose one of our Zaft units with 5 or more AP, and it gets first strike during this turn. Now, once again, the Justice Gundam is not Zaft, and the token it makes is not Zaft, but anything else is, including the Providence Gundam. And so just giving one of our other things first strike is really good. Once again, first strike just says only while it's attacking, this deals damage for the enemy unit. It's like first strike in Magic, but it only works like when attacking. So this is a great way to just eat one of our opponent's things. Putting the first strike on like an Aegis Gundam that has obviously has 5 more AP is super good. You attack into something, kill it, and you can blast another thing for 3. It's extremely good. So yeah, I really like the Blitz Gundam quite a bit. You can even do a thing where you, like, instead of attacking, like blasting one thing for 3 and attacking another thing, you can blast the thing that you are attacking for 3. And when this has first strike, since it has already taken like 3 damage, you can deal lethal damage to it with the rest of the damage, and then the other thing will hit back. So if you're attacking something big, Like, for example, so say this has 5 AP, obviously, and then you do this kind of like little wombo combo. You can kill something like a Wing Zero for free, because you're going to be dealing 3 damage and then another 5 on top of it, so a total of 8 damage. So really good, and it'll be first strike for the second hit, so like the non 3 blast. So you can just kill it, and then you still have your guy. Anyway, good. It is good. We're only running 2 copies of this just because it is fairly situational and it is only on deploy. But I can see you also, you know, playing around with this, maybe running an additional copy, going lower on something like the Legao. Yeah, I would recommend playing around with this, you know, if you plan on running this deck. And those are the units. Like I said, it's a pretty mid-rangey deck. It works really, really well. We have a lot of powerful keywords. We have Breach, we have First Strike, we have ways to pump our stuff up, we have ways to deal damage, we have a double attacker, we have like I said, just ways to deal bonus damage. I think it's actually a really, really solid deck. I think the pilots are also really good. So let's talk about the rest of the deck. As you can see, it's mostly red, and we're going to continue that here, but we do have some white cards. So we are running Overflowing Affection, we are running a full set. You should probably be running this just in every white deck. I think everyone's kind of on that train now. For this deck, we don't have any specific graveyard synergies or trash synergies, except for Rau Le Creuset. So one thing you can do with this is you can do Overflowing Affection early, draw 2, discard 1, and then you can discard one of our bases, specifically our level 6 base early, you know, because we can't play it early, and then we can get the base back with the Rau Le Creuset link. So that's really nice. We get some added value out of that. Or you can play this early to kind of smooth out your hand, discard some of the higher cost stuff and keep some of your mid-range stuff. Or the opposite can happen. You can play this late game and keep some of your high level stuff and get rid of some of your lower stuff that has less of an impact. Either way, Overflowing Affection is extremely good in this deck. We do have a little bit of synergy here. And then we have our 2 bases. So we are running a total of 6 bases in the deck. I usually don't run this many. I usually only run about 4, but it works in this deck because our bases are also, well, they are bases, but they are ways to pump up our units, and they synergize with Rau Le Creuset so we can get them back and get more added value. So first up we have the Vesalius. This is the starter deck Zaft base. Level 3, 1 cost 0/5 base, burst, deploy it, deploy shield to hand, and then you can activate main, rest the base, choose any friendly unit, and it gets 1 AP during this turn. Great way to get those 5 AP breakpoints on a bunch of our units here that care about it. Like I said, just the Vesalius and the Aegis Gundam can get up to that 5 AP on that one, even without a pilot. So that's really good. So obviously this base is super good, and we can play it early. So yeah, Vesalius, fantastic. So we're running full 3. And then we're running 3, not a full 3. And then we're also running the, I apologize on the pronunciation on this one. It's like a Jachin Due. It's some combination of those words probably. It's a level 6 base, but it also has 6 health. Very strong. So it's a level 6 health base that says burst, deploy it, deploy shield to hand. Then when you deploy it, you choose a Zaft unit and it gets plus 3 AP during this turn. Notably, it's not just on our turn, so if we get this off of a burst, we can give one of our other Zaft stuff plus 3 for the turn if that matters at all. But playing this on our turn is really good, especially since it only costs 1. So we play this on our turn, we get plus 3. That is actually enough for the Legao by itself, and that's enough to just get any of the stuff going. It's really good with the Providence Gundam, as I mentioned, because the Providence Gundam will have 5, 6, 7 from its effect, 8, 9 from Rau Le Creuset, 10, 11, 12 from this effect. So that'll get up to the 12, so you can deal 3 damage with the Providence Gundam effect. So it's actually not too bad. You can do that all in one turn with just these 3 cards, because you do this on your level 7. You play the Providence Gundam first. You play the Rau Le Creuset, you get that link, and then you can get your Jachin Due back from your trash and then play it immediately, because conveniently, that is all 7 of our resources. So yeah, it's a nice little wombo combo just on one turn, just with these 2 cards, and you have one of these in your trash. So or in hand, but having it in trash also makes it good, so you get the use off of the Rau Le Creuset. So yeah, I like this card a lot. I like it a lot, and the fact that you can just get off a burst, get a little bit early, isn't too bad. And once again, that 6 health is pretty nice. And yeah, that's the deck. It's actually like not a super complicated deck. when you first look at it and you're like, oh, I have to juggle all of the AP and all of the other stuff going on, but it's really, really not too bad. We have a big mid-range strategy focusing on board control. We have some ways to deal direct damage, multiple ways actually, to deal damage directly with our units, and we have really efficient pilots. Yeah, I like this deck a lot. It's been one of my favorite decks to play since the Gundam card game came out, and I'm always looking to improve my Zaft lists. I'm really eager to try out purple. That does mean we'll have to get rid of Justice and Overflowing Affection, but I think we can make do, and I'm really looking forward to trying that out. I think there's a lot of fun stuff to try out with purple. But for now, I think this is a great deck, and it's extremely, extremely budget friendly. There's no card in this deck that is like very expensive at all. So that's nice. With maybe the Justice Gundam has gone up. I remember when this thing was like 70 cents. It's a little bit more than that now. But even then, it's still like not too bad to build the whole thing. So yeah, let me know what you all think of this Zaft deck. I know it's kind of a mess here, but we do have a link in the description down below to like the deck list. So once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and maybe hype the video if you can. And yeah, we'll see you next time.